Welcome back. I'm Greg Pimlott, the pastor of Main Street United Methodist Church, and we're reading the Bible one chapter at a time in a way of bringing some good into this season of quarantine and pandemic as a way of developing a spiritual discipline. Today, we're reading Matthew chapter 2. I'm reading from the New Revised Standard Version. I'll give you just a minute to find it. In the time of King Herod, after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem, asking, "Where is the child who has been born King of the Jews? For we observed his star at its rising, and we have come to pay him homage." When King Herod heard this, he was frightened, and all Jerusalem with him. And calling together all the chief priests and scribes of the people, he inquired of them where the Messiah was to be born. They told him, "In Bethlehem of Judea, for so it has been written by the prophet. And you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah. For from you shall come a ruler who is to shepherd my people Israel." Then Herod secretly called for the wise men, and he learned from them the exact time when the star had appeared. Then he sent them to Bethlehem, saying, "Go and search diligently for the child. And when you have found him, bring me word, so that I may also go and pay him homage." When they had heard the king, they set out. And there ahead of them went the star that they had seen at its rising, until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw that the star had stopped, they were overwhelmed with joy. On entering the house, they saw the child with Mary his mother, and they knelt down and they paid him homage. Then opening their treasure chest, they offered him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to return to Herod, they left for their own country by another road. Now after they had left, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream and said, "Get up, take the child and his mother and flee to Egypt, and remain there until I tell you, for Herod is about to search for the child to destroy him." Then Joseph got up, took the child and his mother by night, and went to Egypt, and remained there until the death of Herod. This was to fulfill what had been spoken by the Lord through the prophet, "Out of Egypt I have called my son." When Herod saw that he had been tricked by the wise men, he was infuriated. And he sent and he killed all the children in and around Bethlehem who were 2 years old or under, according to the time that he had learned from the wise men. Then was fulfilled what had been spoken through the prophet Jeremiah. A voice was heard in Ramah, wailing and loud lamentation, Rachel weeping for her children. She refused to be consoled because they are no more. When Herod died, an angel of the Lord suddenly appeared in a dream to Joseph in Egypt and said, "Get up, take the child and his mother and go to the land of Israel, for those who were seeking the child's life are dead." Then Joseph got up and took the child and his mother, and they went to the land of Israel. But when he heard that Archelaus was ruling over Judea in place of his father Herod, he was afraid to go there. And after being warned in a dream, he went away to the district of Galilee. There he made his home in a town called Nazareth, so that what had been spoken through the prophets might be fulfilled. He will be called a Nazarene. It struck me as I read today's reading how much of Jesus' early life occurred in chaos. The Gospel of Luke tells us that his birth occurred during a census taking that caused massive migrations of people across the Roman world as they tried to get to their ancestral hometowns. The Magi, the wise men, showed up first to a royal palace that was thrown into confusion and panic as a result of the news that the Messiah was born who might threaten King Herod's hold on power. And Jesus and his family fled to Egypt when he was still an infant to escape Herod's slaughter of children under 2 years of age. Fear and chaos and uncertainty are the one constant in the accounts of Jesus' early life. 2,000 some odd years later, and here we are back in a time of fear and uncertainty. Our lives have been uprooted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Nearly every aspect of our lives has been touched or changed, including the way that we worship, at least for those of us in states or countries that have advisories against large gatherings. In my mind, I imagine Jesus looking at the uncertainty and the chaos that seems like it's swirling around us and saying, "Hey, this is what I grew up with. This is me in my element." Jesus Christ, the very Son of God, came into the world in the midst of chaos, and he walks with us through the chaos of our lives and the chaos of the world around us, saying, "Trust in me. Hold on to me. I will walk through this with you. I have been here before." Take care of yourself today, and I'll see you tomorrow as we read chapter 3 of the Gospel of Matthew together.